People of the world. People of the world. People of this scary, sometimes beautiful world. People of the world. It's another potato, tomato, tomato, potato, tomato, potato, potato, tomato. And today we have a couple of guests. We have a in real lifer amongst us. Her name is Charlotte de Waegenere. She made a beautiful cake, and guess what?
Tomato.
If you're not here, you're not gonna have any.
Potato,
tomato.
Potato, tomato.
And then we were supposed to have a very special louder guest from Louder Antwerp. Who knows Antwerp? Raise your hand if you remember what Antwerp is. And then we have a very special call with a very good friend of ours from Berlin, Stephen Warwick. Well, this is Michelle Woods. Woo!
Hello. With Charlotte about working at Bakery Pam Pam.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hi.
So, you've worked at Pam Pam for how long now?
I've been working there for a year now. A year I've been baking there, yeah.
And what does a day at Pam Pam look like?
So it's a bakery, yeah? If people did not know this. What does it look like? Well, I wake up at 5. I start working at 6. I put all the breads in the oven, bake everything, bake the croissants and the pain au chocolat. And then after that, after everything's baked and ready to be eaten. I start making new doughs and new breads. Voila.
So you make everything actually after the service.
Yeah. So like around 10 o'clock, I start making all the new doughs.
And laminating too.
When
does that happen?
Laminating starts it actually starts on Tuesday. So we have like one production day, and we're open from Wednesday till Sunday. So the bakery is open from Wednesday till Sunday, but on Tuesday there's the production day, and that's the day where we make the most of the croissants and pain au chocolat and laminate it all, prep it all, freeze it all, and then we freeze. Yeah. It's actually better for the croissants to have it like at least a night frozen. Yeah, it bakes better. So.
And what would you say is the biggest skill that you've learned?
Laminating. Yeah. So laminating with a machine. Because like croissant is actually, you eat this viennoiserie for I think we sell it for like €2. But I think people don't realize that there's like hours and hours of work put into it, and also laminating the technique is is not the easiest thing to learn. So yeah, a lot of time and effort goes into that, and it was very hard in the beginning to work the machine, but yeah, now I really love doing it. Yeah.
And I used to have to laminate a long time ago, but the butter used to come in. The butter used to come in like a 5 kilo block, and I would have to cut it up and then roll it flat.
No, that's like I know that you have to do this, but that's like the worst even, because that already takes a lot of time. We actually get like these sheets of butter. You still have to like flatten them a bit, and then cut them in two again because they're quite big. But then you have like 2 sheets of.
Interesting. Things have changed. And future ambitions. You studied pastry, right?
Not really like studying, not like studying, but more like I actually learned it on my first serious restaurant job, where I applied for not for pastry, but they needed someone in the pastry department, and they kind of like lured me into it. They kind of tricked me, because it's like the hardest part, I feel, because you're always there the earliest, and you leave like at the last moment, because dessert is always the last. So, but yeah, in those years I learned quite a lot actually in that restaurant. Yeah, never did an education in it. Like I did like a small restaurant education, but
You didn't go to cooking school?
like really like
Oh, you didn't go to
like
cooking
a
school?
few months because I was unemployed, and then
You didn't go to cooking school?
I didn't go. We never went to cooking
You
school.
didn't go to cooking
I didn't
school
go.
either?
I didn't go. Sorry.
How can you work?
Am I still professional?
Did not go to a cooking school.
KBS are looking for a new chef. You have to have gone to cooking
But
school.
you have to go to cooking school for it, eh? Otherwise you cannot work there.
All right, and we're just going to cut it short now. What snack will you be handing out today?
So lately I've been making cakes.
Hell yeah!
Every year I have this other obsession. This year is cake. Can they see it?
You can see.
They can see it. Ah, it's there. Yeah, voila, it's there.
What's
turning.
inside the cake?
It's a layer cake with an almond sponge with some crème mousseline with vanilla in there. There's some poached rhubarb, and then I covered it with lemon verbena buttercream. Lemon verbena, yeah.
So, if you are in the neighborhood, you better help us eat this beautiful cake.
Come eat some cake.
Come eat some cake.
Lovely cake.
Come eat some lovely cake.
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake.
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 Son inspiraciones que nacen desde lo más profundo de mi corazón. Para ti, mi amor, con mucho cariño, con mucho amor. Dime cómo encontrarte por seguro que te estaré esperando. No importa cuántas veces rompo mi corazón, aquí estaré para ti.
Shout out to people.
Y si me encuentras y ya no siento amor, compréndeme. Es porque tanto daño me hicieron. Pero te quedaré. Dime cómo encontrarte para amarnos de verdad. Dime cómo encontrarte para amarnos de verdad. Amaré corazones que me llenen de dolor. Besaré otros labios pensando que eres tú. Amaré corazones que me llenen de dolor. Besaré otros labios pensando que eres tú, creyendo que eres tú. Amaré corazones
Hey.
que me llenen de dolor.
It's choir time with Charlotte the Waegenere.
You hear it? Yeah. It's from school, are we? Birds at the school girl welcome me. Filled to the brim with girlish glee. 3 little goose from school. We think it's a source of fun. Nobody's safe for we'll none. Life is a joke that's just begun. 3 little bits from school. 3 little bits from school. Little bits. Oof. I hear. Little maids from school. 3 little maids from school.
Wow. 3 little maids from school. Woo! Do you think those 3 little maids from school would eat something delicious like that, Charlotte Waegenere?
I would hope so, yeah, for sure.
Do you think they would put seaweed in there?
Ooh, they might put seaweed in there. They might put pickled vegetables in there. They might put some soy sauce in there.
What is the equivalent of a sea rhubarb? Is there a sea rhubarb?
A sea cucumber.
Oh, sea cucumber. Do you think those 3 little maids love sea cucumbers?
They love very big cucumbers.
I think they also love very big sea cucumbers, don't they? Okay, goodbye, little 3 little maids. Thank you for this musical choir.
Magda, Justine, Agathe, Marie. Magda, Justine, Agathe, Marie. Magda, Justine, Agathe, Marie. Oh, 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 oh. Magda, Justine, Agathe, Marie. Zij werd op een kasteel geboren, als dochter van de graaf. Zo'n kind zag me nog nooit tevoren, het was toch zo lief en braaf. Heel de familie kwam tezamen, de vlaggen hingen in de mast. En dat meisje kreeg vier namen, zoals dat bij de adel past. Magda, Justine, Agathe, Marie. Magda, Justine, domme gans. Zij wou dat iedereen bewijzen, dus sprak zij alleen maar Frans. En ze kwam om de 7 weken met verlof uit het pensionaat. Zij werd door elkeen bekeken, wie is dat meisje dat daar gaat?
Wow, 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 wow. Like that.
Justina, ja, Marie.
Magda,
Justina, ja,
Marie, Magda,
Justina gaat.
Marie.
Okay, good timing.
You're on.
Shinagaki Tales. Reading Between the Lines of a Japanese Menu by Elizabeth Ando. Translated literally, some Japanese restaurant menus could be mistaken for poetry, especially those shinagaki, itemized dishes or bill of fare, that are penned in flowing brushstrokes on gossamer paper, scrolls, dishes with such names as tsukimi, moon viewing, shigure, autumnal rains, and momiji orosho, crushed red maples, read like an ode to autumn. Poetic names evoke special images to the educated Japanese palate, while conveying specific information about the food.
The adjective or phrase tsukimi requires the dinner to know that the appearance of loosely poached egg suggests the full moon on a hazy autumn evening. Momji oroshi, a grated radish condiment flecked with shards of fiery red togarashi chili pepper, visually resembles fallen maples. Maples crushed underfoot, while culinary its spicy bite provides a fine foil to such fried foods as tempura. When the word shigure appears on a menu, dinners in the known are ready for an intensely flavored ginger and soy stewed food, usually fish or meat. A taste sensation that mimics the bracing chili showers, after which the dish is named. The ginger flavor is thought to be like the stop and start autumnal rain, stimulating the appetite in spurts, but not drenching the palate.
As fall turns to winter, precipitation changes from bone-chilling rain to sleet. At tables, such dishes as misori offer diners crisp, snowy white daikon radishes as they reach their peak of flavor. Misori means sleet, and A describes the result of tossing and dressing one food with another. Shiitake no misori a mound of grated radish tossed with sautéed mushrooms, looks like wind-driven sleet clinging to bare oak tree branches. The same sauce tossed with briefly simmered watercress like greens. Siri no misori D mimics sleet-laden evergreens on a wintry day. Aside from natural phenomena, many man-made objects lend their names to menu items. Kabuto means helmet, and should you choose this dish from the bill of fare, a fish head, usually split and soy stewed, will be served to you. Relish the cheek and collar meat. Think ossobuco of the sea.
The names
of other Japanese dishes can be traced to indigenous folklore. Best known perhaps is a water sprite called kappa. Some versions of the tale depict kappa as malicious creatures, others as just mischievous. Kappa sprites are always portrayed, however, as loving cucumbers. That's why the creatures lend their name to kappa maki, rolls of cucumber stuffed sushi.
Most storybook tanuki badgers look rather cute, pounding their distended bellies under a full moon. But beware! They are known primarily for their nasty tricks. No wonder then that tanuki noodles are garnished with only scraps of fried tempura batter, called tenkazu in Japanese, tricking people into not noticing that the shrimp are missing. Is typical of deceitful badger ways. Interestingly, the very same buckwheat soup noodle dish topped with fried batter bits has a different, rather chic image in the Kansai region, especially Osaka. There, tenkazu is often called haikara, meaning stylish in a Western culture way. A reference to the foreign fashion of high-collared shirts in the turn of the 20th century. In the Kansai region, tanuki soba is the name for buckwheat noodles topped with bean curd, the cunning deception being the substitution of soba for udon noodles.
Foxes play yet another role in Japanese folklore. They act as assistants to the Shinto deity Inari, patron of those involved in rice production, foodstuffs and fishery. Because of this association of foxes, fried bean curd, and Inari shrines, the slightly sweet soy simmered fried bean curd pouches that are stuffed with vinegar flavored rice are known as inaizuchi in the Kansai region. The pouches are triangular. Think about those flappy fox ears. While in Kanto, northeast including Tokyo, inarizuchi are typically tawara, look like sheaf of harvested rice shaped.
Place names provide inspiration for other menu items too. If a menu includes tatsuta age, be ready for crispy morsels, mostly like chicken or perhaps fish, that have been marinated in soy sauce, dredged in cornstarch and then deep fried. The cornstarch coating absorbs some of the soy sauce so that when it is fried, it takes on a burnished hue, reminiscent of the beautiful maple trees that shed their deep russet red leaves in autumn on the banks of the Tatsuta River near Nara.
Tides mix with fresh water currents of the northeast coast of Shikoku Island to create a dramatic whirlpool. Flying over the straits of Naruto, you seem to be peering into a churning washing machine. Na 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 na. enjoy it fresh in the spring, when the fish is lean, and in the fall when the fish is full of fat. Most of the bonito catch is filleted, dry roasted and then shaved to make flavors that are rich and smoky. Think bacon bits of the sea. Any dish with dissembly smoke cuts overtones is like, include tosa, it's the name. One of my personal favorites is tanenoko no tosa. Fresh bamboo shoots simmered in a rich bubbly blue. I'm also a great fan of tosa too.
And I will, when I stop reading, that's glamour or the art of the feel. Glamour is a fantasy of something desired which can't necessarily be attained. It represents and manifests hopes and dreams, as well as cloaking anxieties. I naively associated glamour with fashion and aspiration. After all, I'd thought of glamour like taste, to be somewhat irrelevant and passé today. It signaled some kind of exclusivity and gatekeeping, which had been brought into question of accessibility in the last years. I'd watched fashion houses and brands, also the art world, attempting to be more inclusive, but which are all predicated on scarcity and exclusivity. Taste itself seems somewhat irrelevant in a world so decentralized from a singular dominant narrative, event, or channel to which users are tuned to. For example, catch-up television, streaming. We were bound up in a mix of oversaturation of culture that it's difficult for a large mass to be on the same page, let alone for it to become a wash of devalued content. So, in this climate, what does glamour even mean today? The last 10 years have been proliferated with 2010s cool millennial grifters and Tinder swindlers, that even the idea of glamour has been cynically worked to be about not being caught pulling a massive scam. Think of Giacomo Leopardi's 19th century satire about fashion and death in Conversation as Sisters, discussing how much they have in common, convincing people to behave against their own interests for glamour. Old money thrived on not talking about money or flaunting wealth. This is probably to also not remind the public of how certain people acquired such wealth in the first place. If you had to say it, just like asking for the price of something, you likely couldn't afford it in the first place. That was an idea of glamour, which became appropriated in the voguing ballrooms of a reading challenge. I don't have to tell you, because you already know it yourself. Again, like glamour, the less explained or articulated, the longer the allure holds. Again, what is in common is the rich and poor united against the drab aspirational middle classes of reading the room. I don't have to tell you how bad you look or are because you know yourself. Glamour was a rhetorical device, not the material goods. Virginia Postrel read glamour as a form of nonverbal rhetoric that moves and persuades, not through words, but through images, concepts, and totems. Even when conjured as word pictures, glamorous images are perceived and remembered as emotionally resonant snapshots, not verbal descriptions. This, of course, made me think of glamour in a far more contemporary light, not least in terms of memes, but also cinematic moments. Or even what we now call, and I hate this term, vibes. What if vibes was just glamour all along? The word glamour came to English from Scots in the early 1700s. The Scottish altered the English word grammar to create glamour or glamour. It meant a magic spell. However, the Scottish weren't the only ones to associate grammar with magical spells. In classic antiquity, the Greek and Latin ancestors of the English word grammar were used in reference not only to the study of language, but also to the study of literature. In the medieval period, Latin Grammatica and its outcomes in other languages were extended to include learning in general. Since almost all learning was couched in a language not spoken or understood by the unskilled populace of Europe, it was commonly believed that misdefined subjects such as magic and astrology were included in Grammatica, and scholars were consequently sometimes regarded with awe and more than a little suspicion. I find it interesting the connection between the fear of the written word. Suspicion of glamour was essentially the fear of knowledge. It is felt. It's a vibe. It wasn't until the mid-1800s that the word glamour started to separate from its magical connotations, though those connotations weren't and still aren't entirely gone. Glamour in its modern sense is an exciting and often illusory or romantic attractiveness, an alluring or fascinating attraction, still has a bit of magic to it, though not usually of the suspicious variety. Glamour was something to beware of. The Edenic apple of temptation, has an air of seduction and danger, which of course makes it more attractive. I'd wonder if it tapped into the archetypal trickster, which Jung had argued was always part of our collective unconscious. Or was it glamorous seduction, something which had always been around us? Glamour, as we have currently associated, came with the advent of mass media and Hollywood and the rise of the Hollywood star. The golden age of glamour in Hollywood was the 30s and 40s, following the Great Depression and its aftermath. Suspicion towards glamour as a trick was acceptable as suspension of disbelief because people suddenly became stars. Anyone familiar with Kenneth Anger's gossipy takedown of the stars will be aware of the trope of the Faustian pact of fame. The star's inevitable road to destruction. Isn't this one part of glamour, though? We are attracted to someone who seems otherworldly, but as soon as one becomes aware through knowledge, gossip, biography, they become just another one of us, tossed onto the skip, move onto the next. It makes, of course, sense that for the rise of consumerism, the self as brand or star, and of course the rise of, say, Warhol, who famously memed himself, playing a character which combined Catholic iconicism with mass media glamour of the big screen, playing a role became the default way to navigate a mass media society. One could meme oneself while, of course, inevitably getting trapped inside that role. James Bond was a popular archetype associated with glamour, male chauvinism, gold bought ideologies, and ultimately a fantasy of masculinity. Or how about American Psycho? A frustrated Wall Street businessman, we are never quite sure if his grisly murders are committed or a fancy of his masculine ideal, alongside his incessant obsession with branded products and attempting to fit into an aspirational class. Maybe the substance is closer to the definition of glamour than I'd initially thought. Its hackneyed take on influencer culture and corporate feminism manages to become more misogynist than the accusations leveled at American Psycho. In this sense, what if we thought to label vibes or a vibe shift was actually the latest development of glamour? What if vibes was just glamour in disguise, a trickster? So-called meme magic ultimately fits into the parameters of this understanding of glamour. The Hollywood aspirational idea of glamour in regards to taste has collapsed. Vibe hasn't replaced it. It's more like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon of understanding. Glamour now is the meme itself, not the personality. The content creator is a grubby, behind-the-scenes laborer getting in the way of the streaming process. It's drifted, not grifted, into the immaterial. Naomi Klein's No Logo was glamorous, in that it presented as writing about capitalism and branding, but as she later admitted, No Logo was, of course, the ultimate branding as anti-branding. We think that boundaries are being collapsed, but as we saw from the lockdown, the class divides only increase. It makes sense that the lower and the upper middle class unite against the middle. Being aspirational was always looked down upon. Stay in your lane, just like the canon. One has to know the codes to break them, or maybe not anymore. With glamour, one must always be careful with its performance and articulation, lest one feel like Tom Cruise's character walking into a masked ball in Eyes Wide Shut, only to be ejected for not knowing the password. Of course, arriving in a taxi left with the meter on and having the costume hire in the pocket of the cloak didn't help. He was spotted a mile off. Glamour is inherently a seduction which we know isn't good for us, but we desire it anyway. Why? Maybe because we inherently desire, we want to believe. And this manifestation of desire could be exactly what we desire in ourselves. To deny it is to deny oneself. Therefore, glamour was always a part of us, so long as we are living.
Hmm. Mmm. Yum. Mmm. Mmm. Yum. Mmm. Mmm. Stop listening to the show if you hate butter. Yum. Mmm. Oh. Good. Yum. Mmm. 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 Yum. Mmm. Yum. Yum. It's because the loudness police is amongst us. Loudness police, loudness police, loudness police, loudness police. Yum, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Dorchester, London, 28 December 2014 by J. Rayner from Wasted Calories and Ruined Nights. Of all the dirty food acts I have committed, that dribbling sausage I ate from the late night card in Leicester Square, a solo dinner at Frankie and Benny's, a Greg's pasty, which I quietly enjoyed, this feels like the very worst. I'm going for dinner in an establishment I am meant to be boycotting. Recently, the Sultan of Brunei introduced Sharia law, including the stoning to death of homosexuals. As he owns the Dorchester Hotel, I should not be darkening its door, but I've always believed that the best way to deal with bigotry is to laugh in its face. And oh my, is there a lot to laugh at about the Dorchester. And it's not just the women in the mink bomber jackets with the facelifts so tight the classic Brazilian risks becoming a Van Dyke beard.
What's most amusing is that of all the great London hotels, the Dorchester has always been the campest. The wide corridor of a lobby is a riot of soft furnishing and tassels and cushions so plump you could fake a pregnancy with them. It is a masterclass in try too hard fabulous. For many years, the counterfeit jewel in the palace crown was the Dorchester Grill, a room off to the side where the walls were decorated with 12-feet murals of big tight chaps in kilts tossing things hither and yon. The carpet was a massive tartan print and the banquets were studded lumps of red brocade. Stereotyping queer culture as one thing or another is almost as stupid as trying to ban it. But let's just say it was ironic for an apparently homophobic sultan to own a room like this.
For years, talented chefs came and went from here, knocking out smart dishes that simply couldn't compete with the walls. It didn't matter whose poor cooks did. It didn't matter what those poor cooks did. Everyone came out muttering about the kilts. So now Alain Ducasse, who already runs the Dower Michelin 3-star down the hall, has taken control and the room has had a makeover. And yes, the murals have gone, but oh my, what they've put in their place. It takes an awful lot of money to make a room look this cheap. It's a space that hasn't been allowed to hear the words. That will do. It's all mirrors and gliding and desperation. The caramel-coloured leather banquettes have even broad fold-down armrests of the sort you'd find in a Mercedes S-Class. So you don't have to touch your companion. It looks like the inside of a little girl's plastic music box.
To view all this, you must first negotiate the sharp creased and heeled automations on the desk in the corridor. Outside, who find our request to wait at the bar difficult to comprehend. It turns out you have to ask just the 3 times. Through the doors, and we are confronted by a wall stacked with figures worth of shiny, pink-tinted copperware. A couple of shelves are taken up with jelly molds, and it is those which sums up what's going on there. There may be battalions of impassible French staff, both front and back of house music, doing their best to patronize the hell out of you. Yeah, those bloody French patronizing us all, colonizers of culture. But when you drill down on the menu, it's what the faded gentry used to call high tea. High tea. It's nursey food at stupid prices. Come on, nanny. Safety pin my XXXXXL nappy in place and bring me the din-dins.
You can call breaded fingers of lemon sole goujonettes if you really like, but that doesn't stop them looking like something out of a freezer bag from Iceland. And it certainly doesn't justify the £17 price tag. As for the rest, there's no doubting the technique. There are people in that kitchen who doubtless could recite pages of Larousse Gastronomique at you like it was the litany. But all that technique is then pressed into the service of the dull and lifeless. A puck of cheese soufflé in a cheese sauce has a fine soft texture, but eats like a dish you would get spooned into your mouth by someone else when you're feeling poorly.
Thank God for the company I kept that night, for there is something utterly joyless about the place. Is that killer combination of smugness and dreariness is the restaurant equivalent of the office bore. Often I'm asked why I bother visiting restaurants like this, where the bill swiftly reaches enough to buy the cuff on a mink bomber jacket. Partly, it's rubbernecking. I do love watching the oblivious rich in surroundings of acute bad taste masquerading as good. But it's also that these restaurants attempt to fool people into thinking they are worth it if only they could save up. It's useful to know that they are not.
So yes, you can hate the Dorchester Grill on principle. You can avoid the whole damn hotel on the grounds that its knuckle-dragging owner thinks stoning strangers to death is a reasonable response to their sexual orientation. But I think it helps to know that you can also hate it on its own terms. That the price tag will not buy you bliss or, as the best restaurants do, a moment suspended in time. It will simply buy you the sense that some people have too much money and others know how to take it off them.
What happened next? In 2017, the grill was included in the top 50 best restaurants in London as compiled by reservation service Book a Table. The menu is still fiercely expensive but has been rewritten into plain English, so no longer includes goujonette or pâté en croûte. Most disappointingly, vegetables of the moment have been replaced by vegetables which are merely seasonal. While it does not have a star, it is included in the guide.
Rodney King. Thanks for joining us for the city of Los Angeles, a third day of tension and violence. Thanks for joining us for the Rodney King appeal. Rodney King.
Shouts out to James Ferraro. Hey James, do you like cake like Michelle does?
James?
James?
Which dish?
Ferrari.
Where? Where is he?
He's on the decks here. Michelle, if you cook cake, where do you cook it? Do you cook it at the Toad and Teaspoon or at KVS?
I make cake at the Toad and the Teaspoon.
And the Toad and the Teaspoon, I heard it's every Friday in Track, which is a crazy nice location in Brussels North.
In Brussels North.
It's every Friday between 12 and 2, you can come and eat there, right?
Right.
And I also heard that you are actually part of a show on Kiosk called Potato Tomato. I heard it's every third Monday of the month. Is that right?
That's right.
And I also heard there's always free food.
That's right.
And I noticed that some people know that, but more people should know that.
More people should know that you should know to come on the Monday, third Monday of the month, between 1 and 2, and we give you free food, and it's very good, actually.
So if you're missing out on this free delicious food, come on over third Monday of next month for another potato tomato patuda patuna baluda potato panada patala potato. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Stéphane Schraenen, for the Plastic Man tunes. Thank you, Stephen Warwick, for being so distantly live with us through the phone. Join us next time at home in the park. Your choice. Bye bye.
La vie di fonson salopa la personne sa fossa bâtiment di balacon sans sa gelou tout nous non c'est